Oh. That's why. That makes sense. I don't know if you hear Axolotl, but hi. Oh my god. Hello, Lynx. Let's go! I've been wanting to play this for a while. I'm alright. How are you? No, Anthony, it is truly gaming. Just gonna do the main quest, try not to
I came here several times with my father when I was little.
do other stuff.
Stopped eating here as often after growing
This is
up.
not gonna be a 5-hour
I
stream,
hope the food here
hopefully.
will be to your taste. Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. But in that case, I'll go order for us first. Please.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, everything looks so good. Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Deserved.
And if it's not? Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only... Yeah. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all. Oh, true. Very true.
True.
In that case,
Hi, Axolotl.
we'll have another
Welcome back, I guess. I see your previous hi.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
This is Fontaine, not Britain.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this is all happening? Well, we've certainly
I'm alright,
taken a
how are
big
you?
step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after. If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have...
God, I'm playing this while just finished
like that.
the first season of True Detective, and it's weird.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before. Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were... In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the
A
trail of
yawning
clues was cut off.
chasm.
To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
Alright.
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
It's right there. That's chips, is that fish? Look like croissant.
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
Croissant.
Is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those
Good for them.
highfalutin folk
Or
are
for
not
you.
all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through. Where their
I'll
watch
see what your
fails
crap.
them. That's the kind of problems we solve. Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are. It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further
She
interest
looks like
in
a
this business,
billiard.
right? let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
Yeah.
That's true. We didn't have a chance
Hydro
to
Archon.
speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the I see. So, your primary objective... I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while.
But we're
considering
big
that you
shots
missed your
around
chance
here.
today.
Do you want her hat?
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough. Well,
Seems like a bit too much.
More, unique ways? Perhaps
A
even
bow
methods
with
of,
jewelry than
let's
this
say,
thing
questionable legality?
that you can probably use to cut someone's throat with flour with another bow.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind? Well,
Good for
one
you.
way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe
Good
at
for
the
you,
Opera
Lynx.
House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think? Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard. All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then
What?
wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
Anything?
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested. Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. All right, no more joking around. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations?
Ah, gotta stop
she had
yawning.
never handled personally. I imagine. You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Why don't we give it a try after this meal? Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta? Was this your drink?
No,
Sorry.
not the Fanta.
Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like... No, it's fine. Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
I'd have to agree. My drink also tasted that
Is
way.
that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll...
That might be a bit too
we're
far.
stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
I mean, much less than with his own hat, since it's not blade everywhere.
Paimon can barely float anymore.
It's more of a, like, I think it's Peaky Blinders situation. It's not hat like that, but the hat with a razor on it. Try walking.
That would be so... Okay. As for... Hey, Navia! What are you doing? Oh, nothing.
Just going into
nothing.
debt.
It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover. Let's get ready to try to meet the high... So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di
Never, no
Rosula.
trouble in
I'll give
Fontaine.
your request the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner. See ya!
A partner. Oh god, it's only the beginning. Am I just going back? Yep. Maybe in 6.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again.
And I'm hallucinating again.
Traveler?
This really is a
Are
true
you here?
detective.
What is this again?
No, I'm possessed by a fountain. Just wanna use again.
Vache, are you my dear Vache?
The hell is a vache?
You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache?
No.
Wait. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So
Not like a
many
flood,
fragments
is he a water
dissolved amidst the
monster?
tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water. I also remember going to no matter where I went.
So when they get
Vache would
dissolved,
go
they
with me.
become oceanids?
I knew how dearly he loved me. But now, we can no longer go back. No! Our reunion no longer. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath
I don't know what that word means.
If you meet Vache,
Sucker?
tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. Perhaps that is so. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that Is that what you call it? It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first
Oh,
time.
you're a thirsty bitch, huh?
And only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Oh, I'd rather not.
Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence.
Paimon is just as useful as the
If you
handler in
see Vache,
World.
tell him
What the hell is going on now? The fuck? Why did they wake up in the war? Oh no, Lies of P is happening. Damn, she got kicked all the way back. I've never heard the word Demoiselle. I heard Mademoiselle, but
It's a whole army of Gardamex.
Demoiselle. Mademoiselle. Oh.
Chlorand?
And here's the reason why people make them kiss. Now it's the French.
Quick, now's our chance!
Damn, she's hot. I like that Furina bitch. Is that a Beidou slash? It looked very similar. I want French Revolution to happen in Russia. Now kiss.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so,
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and
Who's
I will
Mr.
not
Callus?
betray his trust.
Do not speak of my father.
I see.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
What is Demoiselle? It's like a Mademoiselle, but in power? Demoiselle. A small, graceful, old-world crane with a black head and breast and white ear tufts, breeding in southeastern Europe and Central Asia. That's probably not what they mean. Sure, translate it to Russian at least. Oh. To Russian translates like a girl or lady. I thought that was what Mademoiselle was. Okay, Mademoiselle is used to not married women, and Madame is to married women. How does Demoiselle come into this? Oh, is that the difference? Mademoiselle is Miss. Like, it's the same as the word Miss. And Demoiselle is a woman from the... Royal? No, not necessarily royal, but kind of royal thing. There's also a plane, but I don't think that's what they mean.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional...
Miss and the mess is the same thing. Miss is the same as Mademoiselle. So it would be Mademoiselle Clorand and Demoiselle Navia. There we go. I just fucking read that! Do you mean Miss and Mrs.? So... Miss and Mrs. is like Mademoiselle and Madam. Also, I think Mrs. is spelled M-R-S, not just M-S. M-S is just Miss. Fuck. Now I doubt myself every time I say anything in life. Yeah, M-R-S is Mrs. I don't know where the fucking R comes from, okay.
Sorry,
Whatever. What else do you know?
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances, your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, and what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via
Powerful or wealthy. I don't think those work without each other.
Force of sorts.
With wealth comes power, or with power comes wealth.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful.
I will continue investigating, no matter what.
Yes.
We will. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon.
Right.
Okay.
I suppose that's the best news.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we...
I know, I just... She's
so hot. What just happened?
Thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and not— Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too!
I saw the
We
cutscene.
got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have—
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, as such. We're still part.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
I don't know what that word means.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her good.
All right.
Actually, Navia,
You
how did you know
fucking
that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the
something.
nick of time.
Ass lickers, boot lickers.
Well, to be honest, you're the.
Huh? Really? Paimon can.
Yes. All thanks to you After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I...
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the prime...
Yes. So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
You would have been fucked. Oh my god, Paimon.
Spina di Rosula
You
is
saved her.
the grandest of awards for
She's
you
a
as we
savior.
speak for saving the boss.
Yeah, I thought as much. Couldn't think of a word to put there. I thought it's generosity or maybe elegance. One or the other.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left note. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the... Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you...
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again.
Well, that makes sense. I heard the voice before, but now I was able to contact it thanks that I had the water.
Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have
Let's
to do
hear
with the
voices
primordial
of
seawater?
animals,
Does
let's hear
that mean
hydro.
the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
One of missing women, person named Vasher was a witness when she dissolved. Vache, sorry.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose since he saw that young woman dissolve, but he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater.
He was the one to turn her!
We have been threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information
sake.
indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Knowing table.
Oh, you mean you...
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. And besides, we're in this now whether we like it
You're
or
still
not.
partners.
You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook, so...
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You
What
are
was
the
that?
face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
To
We have
Astera.
some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
He's definitely faking an accent. That's not a real accent. Of the random guy. Of the voice actor, I mean. For fuck's sake. Wait, you wanted me to go to the Adventures Guild. Just saw this thing on the map. Yeah, okay. And I didn't want to teleport, I wanted to make it visible. Is it below? Is it above? Okay, it's below. Good. That's it. Hello.
Ad Astra Abyssos.
We meet again, Catherine. I know what you do.
Ad Astra.
Are you also a clockwork puppet, Catherine? Remember there's what there is to come? What?
Ad Astra.
What do you have? No mining. They haven't added a single mining spot since Liyue. Inazuma doesn't have one. Sumeru doesn't have one. Why? Now Fontaine doesn't have one either. I guess because they're not adding mining materials to the thing. Yeah, right.
An antique's value is in the eye of the beholder.
Weekly bounty. It's not on the map yet, unless it's just not in this city. Where's the harbor? No. Fountain has its own icon. Wait, what's the MC's name? Oh, Lumine. Oh, okay. I just saw Lucine. I thought, is it it's the same name as the MC? One letter off.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn,
Oh, I do it the
or a
fountain.
bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Is that Raiden talking? What's happening? Is that the base then?
It's right up ahead.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good.
I shall find rooms for our...
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue.
Is this an illegal organization? Why are we in the sewers? Or why are they in the sewers? Doesn't seem like anything is here. It's fucking Dark Souls 2. Lizard. Oh. The ambience and probably the smell. There's a whiff of fresh shit. Nice dog. Lizard. Photo up over there. Nothing. No secrets. No chests. Now it looks more like Elden Ring sewers. You have a name. Not something I expected to see. Why am I talking to Tentorus anyway? Hello? You want to do so much as to call out to me? This silence indicates displeasure. Is too much to ask, expect you to make some noise? Alright, in that case, I highly beg your forgiveness. Impressive, you have won my respect. Achievement gotten. Schizophrenic. Ah! Dude, fucking... Okay. Because of the water, I couldn't... sprout my wings. Yeah, I noticed that. I just don't know if normal tortoises or turtles, whatever, I don't know the difference. Have tattoos. Hey, doctor. The fuck is this jazz? Yeah,
So,
probably in a gang.
this is your base?
In the French mafia.
Quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, after all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our
Okay.
funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's not
Same.
for everyone.
Same.
But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm
I
not
don't know, I
one
feel like
equal.
Sims would pay more.
Your father, he was the
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to...
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they
Yeah,
can
I thought as
understand.
much.
My father's name
I
is
was
Callus.
mostly making a jest.
The same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
Unfaithful. That's a very respectable name. What? Can I spin those? Is it gonna turn her?
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor, instead of standing trial.
Uh-huh.
no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel. 3 years later, how could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
That seemed quite
The
odd.
closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at...
Ah, so that's why you're so
That's right.
Hmm.
I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to the... I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend... If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications, and now, here I am investigating his death.
Demoiselle, please.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident.
Wait! If Callus was such a good man...
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one
Fontaine
setback
is
just as
the
much.
Twitch from the time where everyone on Twitch was watching the Johnny Depp trial. That's what I'm getting here. That's the lore of the place.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused...
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent...
Oh, Chlorine fucked him up.
Well, then... isn't that a... yeah... that's not the...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but there was only ever one.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Paimon knows how you feel. My father also was killed in the arena.
Afterward, Miss Cloran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding.
oh, Papa. What madness. All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
I'm gonna let you in a secret since there aren't that many people here. So it's not gonna go out that far. If everything goes right, I'll try buying Guilty Gear Season 3 on 24th, when it comes out. And just to piss everyone off, I'm gonna name the stream Johnny Yes Papa. Because that's been stuck in my head today. I don't know why I thought of it now. Yeah.
Thanks. You...
Yeah. Paimon's beat.
Also, I noticed how they remade the dialogues now in Genshin. If before there was kind of a choice that didn't really matter in the dialogue, now instead the multiple choices thing is the same thing continued. So now that it's not no choice at all. It is your input, it's technically what MC is saying, even if it is not voiced over. So I understand why it's still there. But... I know, but... I think in Sumeru it still was maybe half and half. It wasn't fully there. I haven't noticed one dialogue option in Fontaine yet where it actually was different. Why would you unsub and then resub, Anthony?
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
No, now.
Whether it be this won't do.
Power. Silver needs more power. Oh, fucking hell.
Slept so well.
Lumine, for free.
Too safe.
Lanx is in the audience, come on.
Huh? Navia?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de
Oh,
Rosula's
was it
place of
poison?
origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them up, but never mind that.
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday.
Wait, so you didn't sleep?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
I doubt it will. It's probably gonna reactivate when he resubs. Well, not reactivate. It's probably gonna keep showing that he's a member, even if he's not subscribed. I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen. Is Poussin really a fish? Just a fish in general, or a specific fish? Poisson. Poisson's ratio. Poisson process. Poisson distribution. Discrete probability distribution that expresses the probability of a given number. Poisson point progress. Oh, fucking hell. Some statistics stuff. And fish. Really? What do you mean by Poisson? Poisson distribution? That's not it.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does that no. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine, and that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette.
Oh,
A place where detailed files
Boggers.
on all the cases in recent years are kept.
I like Novelette, he's cool.
Ocean that you met is one of the young women who went missing recently. We should be up.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. In that case, let's go talk to him. Aren't you?
No, it's not.
I read it, it's horrible Chief of Justice, not honorable. He's just above, alright.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
It's a big exclamation point.
Please state your business here. The
Oh.
Chief Justice is presently occupied with
One of
official
these
matters.
things.
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be
Oh,
clear.
wait.
I don't care who you are or who you might be related to.
Is this the one that was guarding the gates?
Except
See? They've got great discipline.
yep. Hyman can tell.
Yip yip. I think at least Novelette is correct. Or close enough.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you...
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at...
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must...
We're here today to report and archive
What
some
do you have,
information on the
dementia?
follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're...
All right, then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is...
Thanks so much.
Yeah, very trustworthy. Yeah. Like that this situation could happen. It's like, hello? Can I get the camera inside? No. Alright.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Monsieur.
We had to get in because we didn't know any of...
It's all right. Please let me know how.
So
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able...
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait.
who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
I know, dragons are difficult to talk to.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case. Criminal. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if...
Is that so? All right then. Thank you.
Ahem.
What? A Fontaine
Miss
goodbye.
Snow, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional...
And what are you trying to say? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no
Sorry, dragons
emotion
aren't.
behind your words.
Dragons don't have
You only
emotion.
said
I
those
mean
things
humans. I
because
mean.
you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, you even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case. Yet you in your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws.
Of course,
you hold
he
so
doesn't
dear.
have value for human life. He's not human, obviously. Dragon or an otter? That's a downgrade from dragon or a true archon.
If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just that there are still so many things I never got to tell him. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will...
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. It's not so much that you can't feel, but oh well. In any case, my apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh my god, Novelet, cry about it. Or Navia, cry about it, I don't know.
Navia.
I was kind of wondering if it is gonna rain. Oh,
Rain.
it is gonna rain.
It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building?
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted...
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
It knew or you knew? Or I in the case of you spelling it. Did you misspell I?
Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And yeah, and if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely
Sure.
right. How did I not connect the dots? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind,
Yeah, we're gonna make progress.
do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head up?
Yeah, sure,
Great.
let's go. Oh, that's what you said. He's possibly an otter. What the fuck are you? That thing. That bird also looks like him. Missing the hair stuff.
Whoa, what a huge...
Can you imagine?
Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
The fuck do you mean anchored? It's not even in the water. Anyway, can you imagine there is like a emotional, just epic scene of confronting him like, I know what you are. You're not human, Novelet. Show me your true form. And it's like, fine, I will show you my true form. And the MC's like thinking, ha, I knew it, he's the dragon. And then he turns into an otter. It's like, wait, no.
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship,
Ooh,
it's
XCOM 2 is
actually
on
Spina
sale.
di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common.
There is a thing. In St. Petersburg, there is a restaurant that is made out of, like, an old ship. I wish I had the money when I lived there to go in it at least once. But from the outside, it looked cool.
A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, and
And when I say made of a ship, I mean not like a cruise liner or anything. Like the old. What is the word in English? The ones with like the masts kind of thing. The old-timey.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
And there was another one, but I think that one is just swimming around, but I'm not sure. Yeah, probably. And it kind of would be weird if he's the dragon, because the dragons we've seen before never took a human form. Maybe they have in like cutscenes of the past, but in the game at least, there isn't like secondary form for anyone. Like, yeah, Miko is always human, while Storm Terror, what is his? I forgot his actual name. Is always a dragon.
Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in this.
If he is a dragon, then it's the first time that the dragon is in a human form.
But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself,
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Sailing ship, yeah. Sure. Where? Where? I'm just taking this, I'm not trying to get anywhere else. Okay, where the fuck am I? Where's the map? It's on this monitor. I am here somewhere. Is that the one? Yes. I am in fish. Is that a fishing rod? Got fish from fish. Oh, I thought this dude was standing next to it overcompensating, but I guess just one of these. It's not even in the water, it's not gonna catch anything. Gift now. My wheat. Cat.
Maloose, we're back.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our... You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings...
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had some... You still remember, right, Maloose?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
What if the dragon killed him and that's why it's raining?
could you tell us a bit more about what
Well,
happened
killed
before?
the friend of the father.
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
What the fuck is synth?
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Oh, the drug from the primordial water sea.
Wait,
Sea water.
didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial...
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
Wait, these two fuckers drank it? and just felt it was salty and they didn't get high from it because they're not from Fontaine? No, that's fucking bullshit.
If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control
Actually,
your emotions.
she kind of went in the fountain and Fontaine. So that could be a hallucination? Maybe.
And
Probably
if you were
not.
to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking
No,
energy
withdrawal.
to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
Flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. Sounds like my everyday life.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was
Why was
compelled to put a
withdrawing
stop
of
to synth
something?
abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
I'm gonna guess the friend was part of it, that's why he was killed?
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers. All of recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, the man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by
it's
synth
Jontron's parrot.
That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information, but then we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father,
Jacques
still
shot
holding
first.
a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen?
2 shots.
Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just
But
like
2
Lily's
shots?
case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at this. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back
No,
then,
it took you a
we all
while.
just thought they were
God
some
damn.
costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the bank. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also... You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out.
I'm also noticing that dialogues run
finally
in a
headed
way that
towards
you
the
don't
truth.
have to read what you say. Like what your character technically says, because it's gonna neither ignore it or repeat what you said.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. I think this on that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, our opponent is
Said
insidious
piano
and cruel.
playing.
They are extremely difficult
Melos
to
is
deal
gonna
with, and Boss
die.
has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed...
This just looks like Ratchet and Clank Village.
And we have been allowed to live out up. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise...
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should... Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, what
No,
was
I
the point
was.
of him dying without sharing
I am
any
the
of
butler.
the secrets he knew? Did he manage to... Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely... Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death? And live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since
Ever.
that day, and certainly not now. I
No.
want to find out the real answer for everyone's...
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Melus, you lying sack of old shit.
In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
The Resident Evil. The fish. The fish village. Isn't the fish village sounds like it's from Zelda?
What?
boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed, and the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
Oh my god, it's something syndrome. Or cancer. Whatever Thane had in Mass Effect, I forgot.
5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating, but as long as you remain safe, if something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and...
Right, so nobody would be able to get off, Scott.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side...
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was...
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect...
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle.
The waterline,
What
sure.
Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but if Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved.
Capral syndrome.
I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
Could have been Lumbago, to be honest.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this
Complex
case,
matters,
he
I
really
find them
didn't need to
quite
give me
easy.
an easy way out. Huh. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where Synth is produced. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take...
Why? If we know where the place is, can't...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization.
Oh no, we never have done that before. Sorry.
There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find, but a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal deck. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed.
Then, in that case, why not work with the...
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Huh. That's true. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's...
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will.
Yeah, you're Alfred.
I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets.
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy
No, he's
must be
Patrick.
quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the... If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then after several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes,
Florent?
surprising, isn't it?
Croissant.
He was one of the people Boss
Croissant.
trusted the most. which also means that he was someone who understood. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could there's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Truly French name. I've seen it in a French movie.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a...
So, they're like a sister organization?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against
You can say that. I'm not gonna
they
say it.
provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to...
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could...
I see. These to think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along. Among those
Well,
I
it's not
trust
the
most.
enemy you fight against
It's
that's next to you.
Almost too hard to believe.
It's just part of it. Yeah, obviously.
If you want to investigate them, please.
It is like heavily inspired by French, the language and the style and all that.
The enemy is
But it is with like added a little bit of nonsense on top. Just fantasy stuff.
Of course. And
I don't think there is a primordial sea that if I drop some water on a French person, they're gonna disappear, you know? That's not real.
You're too kind, my lady. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame.
Yeah, a tinge of silliness, yeah.
After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so much, Melus.
a new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it
I
to
hope we
me.
can work together to
Is that... Oh, is it gonna happen again? Cat. Oops, Melus is gonna be pissed. No, it's symmetry. Ooh, I can break this. Ooh. Fuck your boat. Your boat plans. Oh, new wood. New wood hoodies. The fuck am I doing? Oh, there's a thing somewhere here. Okay. That one is there. Do not the boat. I'll kill one of you these days. One of you one of these days. I meant. Lizard.
It is
Okay.
settled then. Please excuse me
Is it
and
them?
enjoy your conversation.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Melus.
That's what he's there for.
Excuse me, miss.
Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
She fucking hates children. She wants to punt that little thing, that little freak, across the spin at the soul. I forgot what it's called.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after
Across
all
the
this time.
Passon. It's the
After what happened,
spin at
I
the
didn't
Razul
know
is
how I was
the
supposed
organization.
to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rus...
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
No, he was a poor bastard. Money's good. No, I am reading. I'm not listening to it most of the time. I'm just reading it to the bottom and that's it.
I can understand the kind of pain.
You don't understand at all.
Punch the child! Adele? Oh my god.
I didn't know
Don't
how
let
to
her
face
make
you,
music.
because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a console. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sent on the matter regarding my husband. My daughter and I have...
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe...
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would
If he
never
can
go
turn
into
back
the synth
time
business again.
to the good old days.
He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too
It's just a
seriously.
synth.
For the
She's just
longest
a
time,
robot
he
from
thought
Fallout
love was
4.
everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he tried to be as careful as he could, but even so...
They found out about his betrayal?
Well, because there's so little of it.
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Is that... No. Is it drawn? Is it... I think it's see-through. Wow. PNG of Traveler.
Before
Sorry.
he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
21 pilots were big for like a year or two. And they kind of gone. I don't even know if they still make music.
I don't know that for sure, but you could. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken
How was it?
care of us.
I've never
when
been
he
to
was still
concerts.
alive and after he passed away.
Anyone. Look at that fucking side-eye. I want to punt the child. And then Paimon.
Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy? Papa always wanted to be a good man. So,
Well, things aren't always as they seem.
yeah, Papa was a really good man.
Then you should hold on
No,
to
the
that.
fuck he was not.
If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so.
Don't quote
you a better
fucking Malus. Already? Melus? I forgot. Five people died per concert. Just in the world.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current...
Thank you. And even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really...
You really think so? That's... the...
Okay. She got shy. It's the first time anyone said it to me. Cats!
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
3 suspects.
And we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Oh, don't fall,
I'll
fuck.
get myself together on the way. So
Okay.
please don't worry.
Oh no, I can. Oh, never mind. Kiev. Don't you run away from me. Do we go higher? Where's the bridge? That's the bridge. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's It's better that way than feel like you wasted time.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was after my partner here put the dots together for me. Can you do me a favor and try to recall?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after?
2 gunshots. 2.
My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was...
So you also remembered...
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation.
Okay, Lanks, alright. Poggers.
Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that, but according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So the gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then he didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine. And chose instead to... Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing...
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I'll tell you everything once the whole...
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of no matter what others might say. He'll...
Don't worry. I will definitely... You and all our other comrades at the Spina...
Unless he's the traitor. We'll see. Oh, I thought all of them were here. Oh.
Hey, Thierry! It's me!
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss
Oh, so you've...
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off
I filmed wars, you know.
I had done something wrong.
I covered wars, you know.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you...
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
Did they fuck up the dialogue? Shouldn't you be called to the city already? He is in the city and he joined the ambience of Poisson while not being in Poisson.
Callus did a fantastic job running the town. Building Spina di Rasula from the ground. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these 2 friends of yours?
Yes. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to...
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? If you want to go through the original files from your father's...
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more...
Well, you see, just recently, So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid.
Then you think too highly of me. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
I didn't expect to be massaged and my baggage carried when I order a dish.
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex.
It's just the word mech and then the word guard together. It's a good name, but it's...
Removing a serial number is also
it's
not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it as... So I can promise you, though they're certainly not cheap. So whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
You poor motherfucker.
Oh, well, jokes aside, I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so...
Probably better to just jump off. There are a lot of robots and you need to differentiate from them, so these robots are specifically Gardamex, or Guardmex, whatever the pronunciation is.
Hello, how may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
I saw the woman and I saw the name, I was like, is she the third one? Did I forget who the third one was? No, the Marcel is the third one.
Sure, I will let him know.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are...
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the
Yes,
Oh, you were...
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery?
But I didn't sit with her. I just sat somewhere else and she sat with Silver and Melus.
I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine
like that
discussing
thing.
your exploits over a few glasses
Nice
of
to
wine.
look at.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the top...
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
And alcohol, I guess. It sounds like Mondstadt at that
Uncle
point.
Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away.
Exactly. I still don't
So he
have much
connected the
proof,
dots
but I
immediately,
can
but
sense that
you
the
had
other
to help.
side has already
Had to get
begun
help
to
from
act.
me.
Oh, and what...
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
The fuck, there is a... Oh, it's behind the camera. There's a dog. In a hat. That's Novelette.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't...
Oh, you're giving us too much credit.
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will... But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for
Poisson.
you. If you're scared, you can always
Poisson.
return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of
Yeah.
Cavalier will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
I'm
Thank you,
tunnel
Uncle
visioning it
Marcel.
right now to run
But I don't intend to go into hiding.
To not do any
I'm
side
going
stuff.
to strike while the... Do you have any new thoughts on my father's...
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time, making sure things were running smoothly. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
A gunshot! Fuck you, Marcel, you were the imposter. You are the sussiest of suspects.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you have... All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes.
I only see one dog at a time. Oh, wait, I saw Baguette. Did it look the same as this? Has a cane in the tail. I remember Baguette. Oh, okay. Normal human behavior. Just climbing a wall with bare hands.
Talk to all three suspects. Purely based on...
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Marcel did.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with a gun because of circum...
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered.
True.
And that he had no choice before he
Big
left home
true.
that day.
Big T.
If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
I told you Jacques fired first. I knew it. I knew it. I was saying it as a reference to Star Wars, but still. I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
And why is that?
Could you guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Could you guarantee his family safety after killing Callus?
Oh, that's a good point. Jacques probably
I think that was kind of a
knew that
choice.
he
Or
was
maybe not.
just being used as a tool for murder.
Obviously
And
doesn't
once he had
matter.
completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his
It
boss.
didn't feel like continuation because it was kind of the same question twice.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order. Makes sense. But besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordials.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we...
Given everything that's happened since, but who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Ability to have control of privately owned one. Thierry has the control of the government ones. Who's more rich? Florent or Marcel? With Florent. Marcel, he's sus.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really... And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
Exactly.
Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Okay, this Flora. Flora.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of... But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. So he should...
So you're saying he's too broke to afford...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a...
Well, there's only one left, and he's also too broke.
Thierry, you say? Huh. But I didn't feel like he was
Yeah,
lying
there's no
when he was
correct
talking
answer
to
here
us about the
again.
mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Poor.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that.
Who could it be?
I think. Why are these three separate? Oh, because it's Poisson. Marcel is sus.
If you think everything through,
Could we be
True.
missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other option. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been
The
looking
fuck
for
happened, Thierry?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Oh, fuck!
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Yep.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have...
That's what I thought was strange about it. So, if the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the
Right. Because they'll think they've already...
This fucking shit was going on for years. He probably just arrived. Maybe a year at most he's been here. I don't know if he said how long he's been here.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder.
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Irenaeus while I'll go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be... You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge... I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
I'm probably gonna regret it. But a lot of arts, I think that you've posted and I've seen separately, are shipping Child and Lumine. Who do people ship Aether with? Is it still Child?
Just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
True. But he also... Wait, we have his vision. If he has to fight at some point, he might be fucked. Oh, Ayaka. Makes sense.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
Where did you fucking come from?
Malus, Silver. When did you two get
You
here?
two are sus now. You're on my list.
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require... It's our hope that your
Thank you so much.
See you then. Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus,
Where the fuck?
we should
What?
also get going.
Where the fuck am I?
Marked on the map, so let's head
Oh, chest. I see the key thing over there. Puzzle. No. No. No! Okay. I have to stick to the main part or I'll never fucking finish this. Chilumi. And what? 8K? Ayather? Search for players. Actually, maybe that allows people to join? I don't know. What is that? That's not an island. What the fuck is that? Maybe a ship? Weird shape for a ship. Looks like a fish. God, it lags when I try to put a pin in the first time. I also need to fight one of these again. The other one of these. No, that's also optional content. I'll do that on my own. It's not a legendary chest. It's a... ludicrous. I forgot what the word is. I think it starts with an L. Lashes. Fuck, what is it? If it's blocked, can I still read it? No. Fucking luscious chest, I don't know. There's a chest. That one's easy to get. Anyway. Yeah, I don't really... Not for piss, but I am gonna take a break. I'll probably piss anyway, but that's not the main point of this. Everyone take a 5. Luxurious, that's the one. Everybody take a 5, go take a piss, so you don't miss anything when I come back. See you in a bit. I'm back. Piss Wizard was happy with my donation.
According to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Oh god. Give me the thingy. Piss Wizard can never be defeated.
Finally found it. Huh. So
I guess Piss Wizard was not happy with you.
production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all. Ah, you're right. An important place like Navia is probably arguing up a storm right.
Meanwhile, in a different universe, where I smeared my fucking glasses.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time,
That piece
she
is
was
very well
obviously
done.
holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently
Fuck
the
off,
prime-
Florina.
Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine...
That case had nothing to do with
Finally
it.
arrived
You
as soon as my
got the wrong
tinnitus
man.
kicked in. Fuck.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she inter-
I told you it couldn't be one of—
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior
Leave
last
him
time
alone.
because
Leave
you were able to
child
provide the
alone.
court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any... We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge... And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here...
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Take several seats.
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Marcel?
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere. Huh? What Confrérie? Never heard of them.
I've heard of them, but weren't they
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Fuck off.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone
God, what a
is an
terrible
incredibly
court.
serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities, and if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of...
Yes.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney.
Apologies. It all just happened. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago. To the only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Damn, you've been slacking.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that?
No, he died in the duel.
And remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet...
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
My soul.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Swirly desert place? Oh. That one. Okay.
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
2 gunshots.
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed. These are the known facts about the...
Yes.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques... in truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him.
That's not necessarily what happened, but sure. Hello?
After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite... However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
I'm not sure what to replace. 2 gunshots. He said that there's only 1 gunshot.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
Scene of the crime. Like, close this. Maybe here. Yeah, there we go.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was... Since it was raining that day, the
And the scene of the crime, when the guests arrived, Callus holding a gun, got some wood, did not bring a gun. Yeah, he did not bring a gun. Okay. Friends were getting garden mags, now they're Marcel. Okay, Circus, close to unknown person.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder.
Is that her father? One-eyed?
The true version of events.
Some kind of a pirate in this land of water. One Piece. Jack-o'-lantern.
So that's what happened. Wait,
You're telling me something as dangerous as water from the—
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In mind, one.
The fuck do you want?
Do you have the evidence to back up your
I'm afraid not.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should
Shut
I may
up.
not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a...
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little
Yeah, she agreed, which is rare.
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after Chuck.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you just, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least...
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt the dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearance. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but at that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth, what was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the...
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter.
Eventually, but they're fucking useless.
But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice? But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this...
So, you mean to say, you're...
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to...
Me?
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel...
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended.
Since that's your
Fuck,
testimony,
it's true,
I
God.
have no more questions. It appears there really are
I'm
good grounds
right,
to
but
reopen this
Papa.
case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but...
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial...
Of course, Your Honor.
Shut the fuck up.
The two cases are connected via a map. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized the culprit could only time their actions so precisely. Coincidentally, Marcel...
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most...
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one.
That guy's voice sounds weird.
Can you prove that I was
like he's recorded in a different booth or like just at home in his bathroom.
On top of that,
The quality of the voice is completely different.
Can't someone remotely monitor?
Or maybe he's just closer to the mic.
what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until, alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah, well, do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and
Oh,
work
you're
in
not
some
even
trade.
a
My business only
Fontanian.
thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle.
No.
Malus, you fuck!
I'm sure he had come.
You fucked me for the last time!
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Going out of
Would
that.
you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
Seems like you can shut the fuck up!
Navi will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I hate these Twitch viewers.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things.
This isn't just about me. And it never... The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse,
Yeah.
the people who lost their loved ones to
Just
the
look
serial
right into the camera.
disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. And whose image? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Never.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Oh, was there... Oh, okay. Blob blob. Fish time. The hell is this? Party setup. Hello. How you doing, friends? Hey, Nitra.
There is no escape.
A bit of another kill.
The floor is going up.
It's called an elevator, Paimon.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Welcome back, Axolotl.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way.
Thanks, camera.
Take a look around.
Fucking fell off.
Mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Give me crab powers. Oops. Why would you spoil this for me? It sounds so cool if I seen it for the first time. God damn you. Ban him! Still releasing more water? Yeah. Oh, not enough.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
The water level is rising. Revengeance.
Where we need to go.
Oh, you spoiled even more. You don't learn.
Flicker. Diffract.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Let's go. Don't make me fall off. Okay. Got my legs chopped off, but that's fine. Oh, no, never mind. Hey, guys. What up? What is up, my cranky crew?
Everyone hold his. Let's dance.
Let's dance. Okay. No. He's gonna be damaged at the end of that.
Sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
Getting charged by now, as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find.
Mr. Crane gameplays.
Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Women.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are
Yeah, the victims want.
You mean the girls from the serial and then they were and all the boxes of things. These names.
Okay. Well, I can do this again.
Whoa.
See all the water?
There's so much
scent.
here. And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Whoa, there's even fruit flavored synth?
Try it.
Yep, it's
Maybe you'll get high. Probably not.
What's this over
Nothing
here?
proves Marcel so far,
Looks
though.
like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea.
Who the fuck is Jacob Ingold?
As a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea.
No, I was experimenting. God damn.
Sorry, traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just, how can someone write something that terrible in such a
This is kind of morbid. It's alright, XL.
You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Out loud. The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called that, who was dissolved.
That's why he... Wait, did he able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
So the name here, Lachey.
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain?
You also heard it.
Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he's the researcher.
You mean Vacher is the one who did all of these... experiments?
But why did his woman disappear then? Was that also an experiment? Sometimes.
So that's it. Vacher was no victim. No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the... In any case,
Okay. What else do we have here? A pool.
Oh, look! There's an important...
It's like a lava lamp, but without the lamp.
That means this is where they make all the synth.
You think? This is a synth factory.
If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the Paimon will take notes on this incriminating... Let's see what's written here. Nothing escaped... Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation of... Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only... I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
This is bullshit blazing.
They're all just so evil. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his truth. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't...
Okay, looking around again. This is blinking, I don't know if it's the same. And also the research material time. There's nothing here about shit true identity.
You take that side and Paimon will take
But mine is.
Check everything carefully. We'll find something for shit. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Okay. Yeah, I think about like stuff I watched on TV and whatnot that I found like maybe funny even. And thinking back, and it's like, that wasn't funny at all. That was fucking terrible.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vacher's lover's name? Then you've... Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too.
Baby names. What was that, Marcel?
So many! A whole page's worth! The final name she Marcel!
Oh
Wait,
my
but
god.
Marcel's pretty old! Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Vinier's grown...
Figure it out, let's go. Let's roll out! Optimus Prime, do a backflip. Snap Marcel's neck.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so I was waiting for
Navia! We're back!
as expected of my partner.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their
Are there
confidence,
Monsieur
I
Neuvillette
found
cock
the
edits, I
crucial
wonder?
evidence.
Just the way he was standing reminded me of that. Did I say cock edit? I think I did, okay. So far I said something else while thinking about his cock. So I never heard of Vache. But Vache Experimental Records. No. But baby names. Okay.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
She speaks! She speaks!
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything! After your lover, Veneer, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has...
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior... Well, Marcel, you fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living... So, you never noticed how we changed.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
For our determination to
To fuck as many men as possible. What?
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak.
Not
now
only
if you
men,
would like to defend
women,
yourself.
and
Otherwise,
children
this
too.
We'll move on to the next stage.
Anyway.
Do you think? Do you really pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignere's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now.
I understand Marcel's point.
Are gone forever.
Imagine you playing Dark Souls 1, you accidentally hit Guinevere, and then you spend your entire lifetime trying to bring her back. Worth?
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning...
I wonder if this thing has something to do with the Primordial Sea. Like powers on it or whatever.
Vignere is dead. We promised each other that we would...
Because there's still a secret of how it actually works.
Wherever she goes, I will, but I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
I mean, you can jump into lava and then you'll be dissolved.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
But you can. He starts just shooting. Gets a water gun, just starts shooting people.
Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that.
Oh.
In the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me.
For a second I thought he was trying to find a way to dissolve himself, actually, instead of bringing someone's back. But... no.
I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is
nice, his Joker arc. He entered it.
Please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to Vinyera, please, Vinyera, don't think badly of me.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like...
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
I feel like Jorma could do
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vinyera.
I feel like Jorma could do a stream where he does like a court and then invite different YouTubers and streamers and whatnot to like commit fake crimes and then get fakely accused and all that stuff. Kind of like the... what's it called? Dollhouse? The one that looks like Sims? Something like that.
During an underwater expedition, Vinyera accidentally came into
So it was an
contact with
accident,
water
okay.
from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vache as a result. Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to cover his tracks. He invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vache discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded
He's
his
Walter
scope,
White.
he came into conflict with Spina di Rasula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rasula for many years, Vache decided to assassinate their president. Although the assassination did not go as Vache expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by and just recently, Vache attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed.
I like the
power
music
of
here.
water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vache's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case. The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Miss...
That really looks like the gacha from the Honkai. I can't.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale,
Oh no, something's gonna happen.
Mr. Vache is...
Not guilty? What the fuck? Honkai gacha animation. Like that. Then it turns a flimsy ticket, but like the color of the things of the ticket thing, and then how it enters it. Fuck, it's loud. No, fuck off. Don't give me the controls properly. That's definitely not it. Anyway. No, it's different animation. It's just like the color scheme and the shapes of stuff is similar. It's an homage.
Guilty.
Oh my god, what a surprise.
Guards, take Vache away.
Guards! Cut off his pee-pee.
Good. It's what he deserves.
I wonder if he's gonna dissolve them and run away.
With that, the serial disappeared.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken...
Yippee! helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves! Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely...
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come.
Yeah. See, Papa?
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught,
You're also
justice
here.
has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy
Yep,
ending.
and the game crashes. I get blue screen again.
Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide.
He's already
Anyway,
free. They already
still
said
got some business
that
to
he's
attend to.
free to
So,
go.
if you'll excuse me.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Oh, never mind.
What now? None of this had—
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the—
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
What would be stage left? Would it be left for the viewer or left for the performer? Like from the stage? Because if it's for the viewer, that's where he went. He went off screen to the left. But if it is from the stage perspective, from his perspective, he went to the right.
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of
All
hassle.
right.
All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose we now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
And the thing
to
says
render the
he's
final
guilty.
verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse guilty.
He is. Oh fuck! I guessed it.
Hey! That's not funny! What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice?
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
That's
Do you
not the
think
point.
Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
Probably. There's just the true Archon just sitting behind the machine using the fucking weights to do the thing, and it's like, guilty. Thanks for the ticket, guilty. Here you go.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty
Yeah,
of,
that shouldn't affect it.
the verdict in this case,
It's
right?
a shit court. Objection! Objection! So what's
The
going on?
judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We
Oh,
must
what the
accept
fuck are you here for, Mr. Judge?
Guards, please.
Christopher Judge is more judge than you.
Protocol.
Oh, proper cutscene. I guess he can duel now.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke.
What a yoke.
You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Where the fuck is he? Where is he? I cannot see him. God damn. Come on, Clorinde. Put him down. Hydro Archon, will you fight him? Will you show us your Hydro Archon power? He's a foul man. Oh. Maybe she's gonna show us her Hydro power. Hydro Archon power. Oh.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was her,
If you
never
have been
mind.
wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
You fucking annihilated him. What an otter. Oh, he got caught on his face. Oh. It's not his blood.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been clear?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
Is it because, I don't know, maybe the graphics just looks weird? It does look like a cut. Like classic anime cut on the face. But when he wiped it, it disappeared. Like it just was someone else's blood. Or maybe he healed, I don't know.
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the
Usually that
Oratrice
happens
arrived at
after
the
you
conclusion it did,
the blood flows a bit and then you wipe, you can see the cut that getting healed. I don't know. I have no choice, that's Arkan herself.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know what happened there either.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
The public is against you. French Revolution, photo opportunity, French Revolution.
We'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court. Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty
She's bullshitting Paimon. Come on!
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part
Yeah,
of it.
shut up.
Of course, for every performance there, if you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and complete. All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
She exited stage left, I think.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
Dumb bitch.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
Fuck no.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, however, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect...
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
Now Child's gonna have like a tattoo of a tear under his eye. Aw. Gonna be a bad boy.
After all,
He already is a bad... whatever.
bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison.
Yeah. He's too strong for prison. Is this where the act gonna end? Same way it did last time. I don't know why, but if I have a child character in my... Not the child, just a child character in my group, I don't like running as them. I only like them for physical labor.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Break his legs.
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
What are you doing, Marcel? Why did that sound like, what are you doing, step bro? Are they slower? Oh. Well, it was just because animation...
Or we'll add another charge to the list.
I thought it was just animation looks slower, but they are actually normal. Oh, okay.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Fuck him up! Kill him, Judge!
Go on.
Ah! What the fuck, Judge?
Thank you.
Okay.
I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased
The
all
fountain
records of that
outside.
name. So...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yeah, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be?
I was around the
How did you
fountain of
manage to do
Lucine,
it?
so I'm doing my sincerely to the Hydra element.
Fountain of Lucine? Then... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the
With the amount
I'll ever make in my life.
of the
You can do whatever you want
Sprite he
I don't
drank,
care.
he probably has the like enough Hydra things they just said that I forgot immediately. Fuck's sake. Vulnerability. I don't know.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make...
Paimon agrees. Why should we...
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Wait, no, it's no, it's not. It's worth no. Wait, it's worth more.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live?
Humans. He's not human. Proof. Proof.
Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
Or he's just edgy because when I'm trying to play, make an edgy joke like that would involve something like that, I would also say like humans. But I am in fact.
that case, I shall leave him in your
Unfortunately, a
most capable hands,
human.
Chief Justice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is he fastest? I guess he is a little bit taller. Yeah. Before that I was usually running with Dilek, who is the same height as Al-Haytham. Fuck, this is just the piss central, isn't it? So much water.
Is this the place?
Just being here makes you want to take a piss.
What do I need to do to see her?
When I drank water from the primordial sea, it heightened my sensitivity to Hydra element.
And even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you...
Vache.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vinier, it's me. It's
Vache.
I'm here. I'm here. Where are you?
Hey, wait. Be careful.
Vinier, is that you?
Oh.
It's me, Vache. Vinier.
Vache. Why did you come? You look a lot older than...
It's been more than 20 years.
It's been 84 years.
20 years since the day. All this time.
I
Only
killed
the thought of bringing you back
dozens of women.
alive. I must be dreaming. Who would have been? Yeah, you are my everything. I really don't know how.
And she
I
just
could live
decapitates him for his crimes.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world, if not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become, if not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts and my work, if not for you.
Damn, she has a lot of resentment. Uh oh.
And she would not have grown old and
God.
stayed alone.
Fucking sexist Genshin Impact. Cancel it.
It's all because of your selfishness.
You. Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vinier. I am every woman who died by your hand. As our bodies dissolved, our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine.
Lemon?
The only one I am.
Lemon?
Is Vinier.
Vine reference.
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did?
She has a point. They have a point. I guess there's multiple of them.
A heartless murder. The only thing you are not. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignere's.
That's not necessarily true that I didn't meet her. She could have been speaking. Because you didn't kill anyone, why would she turn away from you? She wanted to bring him to justice for him to stop.
No! Yeah, she can't hate me.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignere. But on top of that, she also said that because she knew that if you did come,
Oh, she's gonna. They are gonna decapitate him.
no mercy to you. Vache. Vache. Vache.
Death by a lot of women. Oh, fucking hell. Bioshock Infinite flashbacks. Later, the guards find that the culprit of the serial disappearance of young women case, Marcella, appeared to have lost. Several days later. I didn't even click anything. What happened? Sometimes the messages on black screen appear for a long time. Way too long, but sometimes they just disappear. It's raining again. Dragon said.
It's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Thank you, Silver. Fix your mic.
It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, lost his soul. Okay.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon.
You're definitely
You
easy.
treasure having a partner like me.
From what Lang's seen.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these.
It's just been one thing after the other. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew this time, though. Everyone in Poisson, and even many people from...
Also.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to...
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so... Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there. And...
Huh? So you know Charlotte too?
Yeah, way back
From the Steambird.
The president of the Spina di Rosula. She was all
No,
over
wait,
me.
that's not the name of the bus.
For an answer.
Never mind. It's the name of the paper.
I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness. Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose.
Fucking hell, that's a mouthful.
To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial
Oh yeah, she told us about that.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence...
Now that's another thing to look forward to.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
They went on a date and probably kissed.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
And probably... my brain
While you were
is
investigating
rotting.
Bush's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point
They
in
probably-
being awkward all the time.
they probably-
So we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
They probably... Anyway. Now I smeared my glasses again. Not like I cleaned them last time. No, I ran on the wires too. Fuck my life. Anyway.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarend wasn't
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness.
Straight to jail.
Oh, actually, there's still one.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as, and on top of that,
He can't hear you. He's
just
dead.
how much people still look up to him to this day. That.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Indeed.
We want to go
I don't wanna.
I also think Callus is a really
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if...
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Oh my god. Monsieur is sad.
This is where my father's grave is.
Huh? There's someone there already. Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
Just comes behind him and snaps his neck.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
You should have just pressed F. F in chats to pay respects.
Don't say.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to.
In that case, I will stop.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel, which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel.
What if he's Pinocchio? Since there are robots in this universe, what if he's like an ultimate created? Well, I guess we already have that in Wanderer. Another one would be probably too much. Well, never mind.
I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing,
What if he's the main character of Lives of P?
have been nothing more important
With some
than one's own
half-elf
survival.
years.
But Mr. Callus proved me utterly, if not for his sacrifice. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, and in the end, from a certain perspective, a justice that's higher than
Yeah.
life. So you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person.
He can't hear you. He's
I
dead.
should have noticed all of this much. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
There could have been a chance that he's like was created together with the opulence, whatever the fuck the machine is called. But then now this happened where they were in disagreement, so that's probably not the case anymore.
I'm sorry for. So you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh?
Sorry about that.
He's right there.
Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need?
So Navia and Nervalette seem to have made their.
The fuck, there's a black hole in the background. There's a singularity growing. It's gonna eat whole of Teyvat.
Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Also a ship probably going on. What, you threw away your otter theory already? Can he stand somewhere in the world? Does he stay somewhere outside of cutscenes? Like right there? Can he just stay here after this dialogue ends? If it ever gonna end. Oh no. Now I believe that Paimon can't walk.
Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady...
Oh. Please don't start a dialogue if I just come closer to him, please. Yeah, there's definitely no visions, but he's still powerful. Nothing like delusion or foul, whatever it was that child used. That wasn't in use. The fuck is in his hair? The Dragon Theory is probably the most proven one at this point. Can you see his cock? Oh, he disappears. Anyway.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we...
I see.
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since...
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine.
It's what we do.
And it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
About child.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion.
But
However,
is he in prison?
I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice
Oratrice.
was not rendered arbitrarily.
Probably will not remember anyway.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
For being prepared, you were very unprepared when it happened. I forgot what I want to say. Oratrice. Oh, self-awareness. That's interesting.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough
Just like, meanwhile, from his perspective, like that screen appears. Like, oh, new investigation thing, like the book in the corner. Like, yes, voice, I'll check.
Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama.
Ooh,
We
heart
do intend
button.
to get to the bottom of this. For now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to
Prophecy, or don't care, sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no reason to appear. Is there anything else?
Do I have to go through everything? Water. I don't care.
There used to be a special seat most of but today, what Vache discovered must have been some... Indeed. Why would... To be frank, is there...
To be frank, but you're not frank.
That the sea level... Does that appropriate...
That's right.
Yes, rumors have it.
A prophecy?
2 parts of the... Speaking of, if the rumors were...
But...
Is there...
Okay.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because...
Yeah, neither do I. Like, I'm interested in the story and what happened, but I'm not that interested.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
Alright. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the
You
rain...
just noticed that? Sorry about that. I was pissing into the clouds before. That's why the rain was warm. Well, there goes Arc 2. Act 2, not Arc 2. There's more? Wait, is there more? Which button is it? No, there isn't. Okay. Can I unlock the dailies? The dailies. Oh, there it is. There's the triangle thing. Perhaps. Just taking a look. And the guild related gonna ask me what I was titles. That was it. Augers. Very useful. Let me... What the fuck? Okay. Euphrasia. Very spectacular. Yes, truly. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Good heavens. Troubleshooter. I don't care. Just chief editor of the Steambird. There we go. Claim all. Steak tartare. Oh, the wings are nice. Fruity trio? Oh my gosh. I see chicken. The fuck is that, an engine? Giant device developed by Refate, senior researcher from Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering. After being activated, this device can provide a strong lifting force for the wind glider user. However, due to design limitation, the device requires utilizing wind power to activate. The wind energy required to approximately equal to that produced by the working wind glider. So I can only activate this device when I'm already using the wind glider, but the only reason I even want to activate it is to give my wind glider a push. So does this push you up? Oh, is it? Oh yeah, it is. And the black here is the silver here. It's cool. This interests me. What's this one? Crystal Fly Trap. Crystal Fly Trap developed by a senior researcher named Favitsky. Polish, probably. From Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering. After being properly deployed and inserting the required materials, this device will start working and lure crystal flies inside. Favitsky once led research on low-temperature lighting devices, which required a large amount of crystal courses of research materials, which led to the development of the crystal fly trap. However, the project was suspended for various reasons. We're here to commemorate the diligent Mr. Favitsky. We sincerely hope that There are those who will carry on his research. The institute will provide maximum support in any areas deemed appropriate. So you can catch crystal flies. A card back, poggers! Can't wait to play the card game again. Ooh. So there are 2 cards. Isn't it normally 1? I don't remember. There it is. I'll need this to make it to 100. Which unlocked. Fontaine mining outcrop research. Outcrop search. So there is mining. If I'm understanding this thing correctly. Wait. The mining outcrops with help from blacksmith. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's not it. I thought it unlocks another place in the expedition thing with the mining outcrops. Yeah. 21%, really. So there are 2 regions. This one, 16, 21. I guess this could be just locked region, like right here. Since this is very to the side, so maybe there are 3 regions. Sumer had a lot. It's quite a bit. But I think Inazuma had 3 islands when it was released, right? These 3. Alright. Anywho. Next. Time to get it to 100. Can't wait to do that and run out of content again. Isn't that right, Sir Arthur? What? You okay? Oh, I can get the rewards. Oh, there we go. Fontaine. Blay. Tomorrow is gonna be Fontaine time. Rewards. Poggers. Next time I go live, I'll do some polls. There's probably stuff that I will want, maybe. Oh, hello. Fruity diet, fruity smoothie. Nice.
Applications.
No, I think you had 3. I don't remember how many patches were there in the amount. And then they added with Atsumi separately. Seirai and then Tsurumi and the underground place. And that's like up to 3.8 or 2.8? Yeah, 3.8 with the version 3 is Sumera. 2.8 or whatever. 4 additional places. Maybe that wasn't the chasm was also, I think, added to in Nazuma time. I don't fucking remember. I don't care, to be honest. What I care about is ending this stream. I think it was 3. I could be wrong, but in my shit memory, I think it was 3. How do I find like a shit guide that's from the past? Map and location. Whole map. Narukami, Kanazuka, Yoshiori. That's what it says at 2.0. Narukami, Kanazuka, Yoshiori. Oh, this definitely was on release. Yeah, the island that strikes lightnings and all that. I remember doing it very early on. Anyway, Michael Frings has subscribed. Thank you, Michael Frings. Thank you, guys, for coming in. Thank you, everyone. But thank you, Lang. Thank you, Anthony. Thanks, Nitra. I wonder if you're gonna miss another goodbye. Thanks to Axolotl. Thank you all. Goodbye. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.